everyone, it's Enjoy English School. I am Chris Gorski.
I'm Anthony.
Today is December 22nd. We're on pages 44 and 45 in our magazine. The topic today is Happy Dongzhi Festival.
没错，今天又是我们冬至快乐，对不对？好，冬至的话，往往是12月21号或者是到23号中间这个时间，好，常常是21号为主。那我们今天就要来聊一聊冬至，好，这样的节庆，我们通常会做些什么事情
That's right, and our subtitle today is very clear. It tells you exactly what we're going to talk about. Celebrating the shortest day of the year across East Asia.
没错，好，这个我们的副标题呢就告诉你说 ，Celebrating the shortest day of the year across East Asia， 在东亚，我们是如何去庆祝这全天这白天最短的这一天呢
And with that, let's hear our story and come on back to paragraph 1.
Happy Dongzhi Festival. Dongzhi is a traditional festival that is celebrated across East Asia. The word Dongzhi means winter's extreme, as it takes place on the shortest day and longest night of the year. Its date usually falls between December 21st and 23rd. The festival's origins go back over 2,000 years to China's Han Dynasty. The ancient Chinese believed in the concept of yin and yang. These are two opposite forces in the universe that are actually connected. Their connection creates harmony in the natural world. Since Dongzhi is the shortest day of the year, it is a connecting point in the changing of seasons. The Chinese believed that before Dongzhi, positive energy would flow out, but after it, positive energy would begin flowing back in. The Chinese also believed that yin, or female energy, reached its peak on Dongzhi. Therefore, they usually ate foods that were high in yang, or male energy. In northern China, the weather was normally very cold during Dongzhi, so they would eat hot foods, while in southern China, they enjoyed different kinds of foods.
All right, friends, let's go right into paragraph 1. Dongzhi is a traditional festival that is celebrated across East Asia.
OK， 我们来看第一段第一句话，他就告诉你说了，冬至 is a traditional festival， 好，是一个传统的节庆或是节日 that is celebrated across East Asia， 就是在东亚我们会庆祝的一个节日。
So this traditional festival is an interesting phrase. We know tradition, J-W-T-I-O-N, this is usually a noun. And 如果你后面加一个 al, this becomes an adjective. So you can look at this word and 看到它结尾 al, 这个应该是形容词。But 下一个字就是 festival, 它也结尾 al, that's a noun. So 这个 al, if you see it, you need to be careful. 没错, you can often see, 但是结尾 al, 它是 adjective, but 真的有很多例外. Another thing we want to look at is this word festival. You probably know at Chinese New Year, you eat a lot of food, and this big meal is called a feast. F-E-A-S-T. Feast and festival are both the same root word. They just mean big meal.
Yeah， 没有错。所以在这边的话，你可能老师刚刚提到一个字 feast。F-E-A-S-T， 好，它就是大餐的意思，对不对？很多很多食物，所以它是来自于 festival 前面 F-E-S-T 同样的一个字根。
That's right. Festival, feast, they both mean a lot of food. Think like Chinese New Year or 美国的那个感恩节 Thanksgiving, something like that. All right. The word Dongzhi means winter's extreme as it takes place on the shortest day and the longest night of the year.
好，他就告诉你说，第二句话讲说 ，the word 冬至，好 means winter's extreme。extreme 的意思就是极限，也是冬天的极限。As it takes place on the shortest day and longest night of the year。那它发生的时间通常就是在这白天最短晚上最长的那一天。
Its date usually falls between December 21st and 23rd. The festival's origins go back over 2,000 years to China's Han Dynasty.
好，他接下来告诉你说 its date 这个日期呢 usually falls between 它是通常是适逢于什么呢？好，12月21号到23号，就是我们现在在录影的时间The festival's origins 这个节庆它的起源 go back over 2,000 years to China's Han Dynasty。好，它如果说一路起源的话，你也可以追溯到中国汉朝的时期。
Okay, let's pick up our highlighters and let's highlight its date falls. And we're going to write it's usually on. Now, I want to emphasize this because 就是当日 the 21st or the 23rd. 在这个日子 we need to use the on preposition. 这些字 in English can be very, very tricky. You always want to pay attention to them. Its date falls 还是 it's usually on.
没错。所以这里的话，如果你用 falls on a date 如果是在后面是接一个固定的一个节日，或是一天的里头的话，你会搭配的介系词是用 on
I feel it's a little surprising that Dongzhi only goes back to the Han Dynasty. I mean, that's 2,000 years ago. That's a long time. But there's a lot of Chinese history. I feel like there's probably even earlier origins of Dongzhi before the Han Dynasty. Maybe just they weren't eating like tangyuan or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you know if that's true or not? Or
I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
We can ask Bruce.
Well, maybe Bruce knows. Okay. Are you saying Bruce is older than 2,000 years old?
No.
Is that what you're saying, Anthony?
No.
Just joking. Okay. Do you do anything special for Dongzhi?
Yeah, we eat tangyuan.
You eat tangyuan.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot.
Like, how many do you normally? You, really?
Yeah, just
so
me.
your wife?
My wife, she doesn't eat a lot of tangyuan.
That's funny. My wife, she will be the one. She will definitely buy tangyuan, and she'll ask me if I want a few, and I'll be like, "Oh, give me like 2 or 3," and then I want to eat a lot.
Oh.
I'll say she'll make a lot for herself. I'll have 1 or 2. Okay, I'll have a few more.
你只喜欢跟他抢食物吧？
不是故意的. Like I'm like, oh, 没关系，不用这样子. I don't want a lot of dessert. 真的, I think they're really yummy.
Yeah,
I think they're really tasty.
赞.
And yeah, nice. Like it's weird because the soup is like water, but it tastes good.
Yeah.
Okay, with that, let's take a short break. And when we come back, we got paragraph
2.
All right, friends, it is time for Enjoy English School. We're on paragraph 2 and pages 44 and 45. Let's look at our second paragraph. The ancient Chinese believed in the concept of yin and yang.
OK， 我们来看第二段的第一句话他说 The ancient Chinese， 他的古代的这些中国人呢 believed in the concept of yin and yang， 就是我们所谓的阴跟阳。
That's right. Now, I know in Chinese we say yin and yang, but in America, if you go to America or Canada, someplace, they understand yin and yang. But because Chinese is a very different language for most people, they don't study Chinese, their Chinese pronunciation will be really bad. And if you have like a special or difficult Chinese name, people will say it wrong a lot. Like they don't want to say it wrong. They're not making fun of you. It's just they don't know, and you kind of have to teach them. So in the West, you will hear yin and yang. Don't overthink it. You can, honestly, if you said yin and yang here, I wouldn't say it's wrong because you're a Taiwanese person.
Right.
But as an American, if you're in America, yin and yang, people will feel otherwise. It's like, oh, how do you say this? It's weird. It's a Y. 为什么是 in? 那个好像就是短爱的发音。
原来是这样，所以要特别注意一下哦。在这边的话，如果说今天你知道我们中文讲的是阴跟阳，可是到英文区里头听的这个声音有点不太一样的话，你要了解他们可能比较不习惯这个发音，所以他们会发的比较特别一点。
Yeah, it's going to be different. It will be different. And once you know how they say it, it's really easy. Like foreigners understand chi, but they usually spell it differently than Taiwanese do. All of these ideas, they kind of have heard of them. They're just going to say them in a funny way.
Right.
All right. These are two opposite forces in the universe that are actually connected.
Yeah, 第二句话就说了 These are two opposite forces. 这是两股对立的一个力量 in the universe. 在宇宙中的两股力量互相对立 that are actually connected. 又互相连结
That's right. Let's continue. Their connection creates harmony in the natural world.
好，下一句说 Their connection creates harmony in the natural world. 在自然世界里头，他们的这种连结呢，它这边用到的是 connection， 它名词的形态。我们前面提到 connected， 后面这个地方我们用到名词 their connection， 它也是他们阴跟阳的连结呢，能够创造出这个自然世界的这种和谐。
Okay, you need your highlighter and you need your pen or pencil. Let's look at the Arduan, the Argadanza. We have ancient. That CI 发 CH. 你要划掉这个 CI and 写下来 CH. Ancient. Now, also, we have natural. We have this TUR and 这个也有发一个 CH. 划掉 natural, TUR, and write CH because these are very easy words to say wrong because 你看不出来 CH.
没错。
All right, let's continue. Since Dongzhi is the shortest day of the year, it is a connecting point in the changing of seasons.
好，他就告诉你说 Since 冬至 is the shortest day of the year. 在一年里面，它是白天最短的一天，对不对？那个 since 就是因为的关系，因为的意思。It is a connecting point in the changing of seasons. 它其实就是我们在季节更迭的时候，它的一个转换点。你可以说 a connecting point in the changing of seasons.
When I was a kid, I remember the start of winter. In the West, we just call this the first day of winter. We might call it the winter solstice. That's a pretty fancy way to say it, but it's just the first day of winter. We would wake up. I come from a very northern place, and wake up, it's dark, real dark. And we go to school. I remember my elementary school started at 8:20 in the morning, dark. And then maybe around 9 a.m. it will be bright, and we'll go home, and we will be at home after the bus around 4 o'clock, dark. So the day was super short. When you get to school, it's dark. When we say goodbye, see you tomorrow, it's dark. The whole daylight time, you're in school. So it was always a little sad, and it would be dark maybe 5 o'clock. But the good news is, in summer, it's bright until 9:30.
所以说老师他是之前是在水牛城，美国水牛城比较偏北边的地方嘛，所以说到后来如果是到了冬天的时候，老师他印象很深刻是，他早上8点半坐车的时候天都还是黑的，然后呢在学校上课到下午4点钟出来的时候天也还是黑的，所以真的白天的时候都在学校上课，然后出来都是天黑，感觉很昏倒。
You go home, it's dark. It's real dark. Yeah, the street lights are on. And then, it's usually very cold and stormy. So maybe if you do have daylight, the sky is very 灰灰的. It's a very gray sky, so it's not even bright out. It's it's very sad.
So sad.
Okay. The Chinese believed that before Dongzhi, positive energy would flow out. But after it, positive energy would begin flowing back in.
所以在接下来告诉你说了 The Chinese believe that 中国人呢他们相信 before 冬至positive energy will flow out 在冬至之前的时候所有一些正面的那种能量慢慢会这样子流出来然后呢 but after it positive energy will begin flowing back in 又回来了其实很多时候你会发现到说大家相信我们的能量来自于太阳那如果说一天之中冬至这一天刚好是最短的一天那接下来后面的日子都会是太阳越来越长越来越长越来越多嘛那当然正能量就比较多了这是可以理解的哦
That's right. It makes sense, right? The day is getting longer, so there's more energy. It makes sense to me. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, let's take a short break. And when we come back, we have paragraph 3. All right, friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're talking about Happy Dongzhi Festival. We're on pages 44 and 45. So Dongzhi Festival is the shortest day of the year. It's the longest night. And it makes sense that you would kind of have, in winter, you'd have lots of kind of nice warm foods. In other cultures, they like to have festivals of lights. This is a time where you want to start lots of fires, or you want to have some kind of brightness because the day is so short, it's very dark. And so you kind of have the opposite feeling. That's kind of where we get Christmas trees from. Christmas trees with little lights. These are actually older than Christmas. These are actually ideas from Rome that we started to use with Christmas and Christianity. And we wanted lights just because it's the shortest day of the year. We will add more lights.
哦，所以说今天其实到了冬季，好，的冬至的这个时间点，不只是说我们想要吃点热的食物，我们也希望多看到一些光。所以说很多时候呢，我们会用一些，比方点火啦，或者类似像是用那个圣诞树啦等等。那老师刚刚提到说，其实在这个圣诞树啊或等等这种概念，早在罗马时代，好，罗马时代他们就用这种方式去说，哦，那我们来想办法去用这样的方式，让冬天的时候大家有点温暖。
That's right. And a Christmas tree is still green. We can still, it has life. It's still alive. 不像另外一个树 in winter, there's no leaves, right? 没有树叶. So a Christmas tree, Christmas lights, it's all about saying winter is a very hard time and we're excited for the good times of spring. All right, let's continue to paragraph 3. The Chinese also believe that yin or female energy reached its peak on Dongzhi.
好，我们来看第3段第一句话，他说 The Chinese also believed that yin or female energy， 好，这个 yin 也就是所谓的这种女性的力量，对不对？哈 ，reached its peak on 冬至，好，在冬至的时候，它会到最高点。
Good. And when we say peak, that just means its highest point. Let's continue. Therefore, they usually ate foods that were high in yang or male energy.
好，所以来告诉你说，因此呢 ，they usually ate foods that were high in yang or male energy。意思就是说，他们必须要在这个极阴的时候，好，虽然说今天的整个大气的力量走到极阴的时候，还要吃一些比较具有阳性这个能量的物体，或是这种食物，来去平衡外面的这种阴性的力量。
老树，foods 不是不可数吗？干嘛后面加 s？
哎，好问题哦。
That's right. So I know your question right now. Get that highlighter out. So 老树干嘛后面加 s? Make sure you highlight that s. When we have an uncountable noun, 很传统不可数名词，后面加 s, usually we're talking about many kinds of something. All right? So yes, we can say money. Yes, we can say water. Yes, we can say foods. 他们就是很传统的那个最基本的不可数。But 事实上 when we add s, 他们当可数名词 it just means like 各式各样. We have lots of them. So they usually ate kinds of food. 不可数，因为 kinds of 感觉到很多不同的 so not food 在这个句子 we can stay as uncountable. That's man, English is hard.
Yeah, it's so difficult.
Yeah, so we know we're talking about lots of different kinds of food. Let's continue. In northern China, the weather was normally very cold during Dongzhi, so they would eat hot foods. While in southern China, they enjoyed different kinds of foods.
好，来我们来看下面这句话哈。In northern China， 好，在中国北方呢 ，the weather was normally very cold during 冬至。Right， 所以在冬至的时候，通常天气是很冷的。So they would eat hot foods， 他们会吃一点热的食物。While in southern China， 好，但中国南方呢 ，they enjoyed different kinds of foods， 好，他们会吃不一样的食物。
And I will say that Taiwan still gets pretty cold in like around Dongzhi, like right around the start of winter. It's like my favorite time because it's a little more comfortable. I like to dress nicely. I know you guys see me, I'm usually like in a t-shirt. I don't like to dress like that. But it's hot in Taiwan all the time, so I like when I can dress up. Yeah, so now pay attention to northern and southern China. 这个 th 不是这个是 This is our second kind of th. 可能要划到注意到这个是有震动的 th. And
还有另外一件事情就是 south 这个字呢，如果说光念的时候它会念 ow， 但是如果变成形容词它会念 southern。
Very good.
Southern， 它那个的声音 like a cup of tea, a cup of coffee 那个
And 在最后, let's do a little preview, Yushi, for tomorrow. Highlight hot foods or different kinds of foods. When we say foods here, we can also say dishes. Now, dishes just a one pan, but it really means different kinds of food here. So they would eat hot dishes. In summer, maybe you like to eat cold dishes.
冷盘。
All right, with that, let's get ready for vocab review. All right, friends, it is time for vocab review. And our first word is traditional.
Traditional 就是指传统的。
That's right. And we said traditional festival. Good words to practice. Number 2, something takes place or to take place.
Take place 就是发生或是在什么地方举办，都可以用 take place 来表达。
That's right. It means happen. Number 3, force. And this is a noun, force. It's also a verb.
Force 的意思就是力量，好像提到说阴跟阳的两股力量。
If you like Star Wars, you know,
May the force be with you.
I almost said it wrong. Number 4, to connect, connection, and connecting.
Yeah， 我们第4个呢，刚好就是 connect， 它可以做的变化，动词是 connect， 然后名词是 connection， 然后呢，或者是 connecting， 有的时候你还会看到 connected 这样的用法。
Number 5, energy.
Energy 就是能量。
Number 6, to flow.
Flow 就是流动的意思。
And number 7, we have female and male.
Female 女性 ，male 男性或者阴性或阳性的这种力量。
And number 8, to reach one's peak.
就是达到最高峰的意思。
All right, and with that, we are done with day 1. But we'll be back with day 2 tomorrow. We got lots of Tangyuan talk for you. For Enjoy English School, I am Chris Gorski.
I'm Anthony.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.